The Industrial Revolution brought economic growth to an unprecedented scale. Cities like Manchester and Pittsburgh became industry powerhouses, producing steel, textiles, and technology that fueled national prosperity. But beneath the progress lay an undeniable cost. Thick plumes of toxic smoke darkened the skies. Rivers turned lifeless, choked with industrial waste. Entire generations of workers toiled in dangerous conditions, while the wealthy rationalized pollution as the unavoidable price of progress. As one traveler noted, "Thank God the smoke rises and doesn't hang around the chimneys. I've been fortunate to travel far and wide to visit factories, and I'm fortunate to have a family farm in the countryside, far away from the pollution and soot of Manchester." This detachment between those who profited and those who suffered shaped the global economy for decades. And though industries have modernized, we still haven't learned from our past. Today, the burden of pollution has simply shifted. Wealthier economies still profit, but now the waste and destruction fall on communities oceans away. In Ghana, mountains of discarded textiles from fast fashion retailers in Europe and North America clog beaches and suffocate waterways. In Chile's Atacama Desert, unsold clothes treated with toxic chemicals pile up in wastelands. Meanwhile, in our planet's waters, millions of tons of plastic waste break down into microplastics, poisoning marine life and threatening coastal economies. Asia has become the world's dumping ground for electronic waste. In Guizhou, China, 81.8% of children suffer from lead poisoning due to unregulated e-waste processing. And in cities like Delhi and Beijing, coal emissions still choke the air, worsening respiratory diseases and accelerating climate change. But it doesn't have to be this way. There is a different path, one that promises sustainability and creates a more competitive and profitable future. The circular economy is not just about reducing waste, it's about building a smarter, more resilient economy. Unlike the old linear model of take, make, dispose, the circular economy keeps products and materials in use through repair, redistribution, refurbishment, remanufacturing, and recycling, creating new value from what was once discarded. Businesses that embrace circularity are already seeing major advantages. Manufacturers like Caterpillar and John Deere are leading the way. With remanufacturing programs that refurbish heavy machinery at a fraction of the cost of producing new equipment, the aerospace industry is also embracing circularity. Rolls-Royce refurbishes jet engines, extending their lifespan while reducing resource dependency and cutting costs. In the consumer space, brands like Patagonia and H&M have implemented resale and repair programs, reducing textile waste while strengthening customer loyalty. And in the tech industry, companies like Apple and Dell are reclaiming valuable materials from old electronics, lowering costs while securing supply chains. Circular business models are not just good for the planet, they're good for profits. Recycling aluminum saves 95% of the energy required to produce new aluminum. The circular economy represents a revenue opportunity of more than $1 trillion in Europe alone in 2050. Sustainable products grow 7 times faster than conventional ones, proving that consumers are ready for change. The price of progress has been too high. For centuries, businesses have externalized environmental damage and placed the burden of waste on communities least able to bear it. But today, the circular economy offers a way forward. One in which economic growth no longer comes at the expense of human health and planetary boundaries. This is not just an environmental movement. It is primarily a business transformation. One that lowers costs, increases supply chain resilience, unlocks new revenue streams, and builds stronger brand loyalty. Governments are already mandating circular policies. Investors are prioritizing sustainable companies. Consumers are demanding better. The question is no longer whether the circular economy will take over, it's who will lead the transition. The choice is ours. Learn more about the companies leading this change and how circular strategies are shaping the future of business. Visit circularpathwaysbook.com.